you guys and welcome back. It's Ellen and today I'm going to be doing a look inspired by the artist on Instagram called Milk1422. I'm going to put the little picture of what I was inspired by up here so that you can see, but I am going to try and recreate this look today. So I am starting out with a complete clean canvas. I'm going to do my eyes first because there's a lot of color involved. Without further ado, let's get started and I hope you guys all enjoy the video. First things first, I'm going to be prepping my eyelids and using my Napoleon Perdis Pro Palette Concealer, and I'm using the two lighter shades, mixing them together and applying them down as my eyeshadow base. To pat that in and blend that one out, I took my Kit Beauty blender and just made sure that it was all blended out seamlessly with no creases. And then I just set that one down using my MAC Mineralised Skin Finish in the shade Medium Plus. Moving on to brows, I picked up my Australis Oh Hai brow and I used the wax in the kit to fill in the last 3/4 of my eyebrows. I then picked up my BH Cosmetics Day and Night palette and I used this blue kind of turquoise shade, and I then filled in the first 3/4 and I went over the wax at the end as well, so it was a bit of a deeper blue. There is also some black through the brows, so I picked up this black shade and I lightly put some streaks in the front of my brow, and then I also outlined the end of my brow. Picking up my Stila In The Moment eyeshadow palette and this shade, which was called Glance, I took that one through my crease and blended it the whole way through. I then picked up this shade from my BH Cosmetics palette again and ran that one through the crease as well. I found that this did deepen it up a little bit more, even though it wasn't much darker than the other shade. Here I'm just picking up my BH Cosmetics Galaxy palette, which I ran above my crease just so that it faded up into a lighter shade. For a slight brow bone highlight, I picked up this off-white shade and just ran it straight across the top of my brow bone. I then picked up my Blacktrack liner from MAC and this little angled brush, and I did a winged liner starting from the outer areas of my eye and then connecting it up and bringing it down onto the top of my lash line. Since I had been using quite bright colours, I did pick up a makeup wipe and just wipe away any of the fallout before going in with my base. I did decide to do my base off camera, but here I am again and I'm going to be picking up this pink shade from my BH Cosmetics palette as well, and I'm just blending that quite far down below my lower lash line. I also made sure that I took that one up into my tear duct and connected it up to the purple on my mobile lid. I then went back in with that purple shade that I first used in my crease and I ran that along my lower lash line as well, focusing that one above the pink that I had applied. Picking up that black liner again, I'm just going to be lining my waterline with this one. It's with the same brush that I used for the winged liner. To make sure it all connected up evenly, I picked up a dense pencil brush and this black shade and just ran that as close to the waterline as I possibly could to make sure it was all blended seamlessly. Using a flat top brush and that black shade again, I went over the liner just to make sure that the black was super vibrant. Here I'm just adding a little bit more of that pink just to make sure it comes down a little bit lower than what it was. For that pop of colour on my cheeks, I picked up my Bobbi Brown Nectar blush and applied that directly to the apples of my cheeks. For the contour on the face chart, it was a vibrant orange, so I did pick up the shade Venus from my Galaxy Chic palette and applied that generously to my cheekbones and up slightly towards my temples as well. For my highlight, I picked up the shade Instinct from my Stila In The Moment palette and I patted that kind of around the blush and the contour and then on my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose and on my cupid's bow as well. The blush on the face chart looked like it had a slight purple tinge to it, so I picked up this lilac-like shade and just added that one onto the blush as well. For mascara, I was using my MAC Extended Play Gigablack Lash Mascara and I applied a few generous coats of that, making sure that I was shaking the brush at the bottom of my lashes to make sure I'm separating them evenly. I also did apply some individual lashes just to the outer areas of my eye, but I did that off camera. I used that same shade that I used for my highlighter, which was the shade Instinct, and I applied that directly to my tear ducts as an inner corner highlight. Now for the fun part, I picked up my NYX white liquid liner and applied that onto a few of my outer lashes. I then also used it as the streaks below the brows, which is on the face chart as well. I put some of the NYX liquid liner on the back of my hand and then used a more dense liner brush to put the dots directly under my eyes. I just applied these wherever I wanted them as long as they were in the similar area that it was on the face chart. I then also put 2 dots above each cheekbone. For the pink dots under my eyes, I picked up the shade Carina from the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick range, and I applied that in between all of the white dots and then also 3 above my crease on each eye. Here I am using my Night Moth lip pencil from MAC to create that ombre lip effect. I lined them and brought it up slightly, and then I picked up the shade Carina as well from Anastasia Beverly Hills and applied that directly to the center and then blended it out with a lip brush. To incorporate a little bit more of a brighter purple, I picked up the shade Heroine from MAC and applied that using the same lip brush just on the outer areas of my lips, blending it into the pink. I then picked up my Bobbi Brown concealer and did the cleanup with a small concealer brush. I wanted the pink in the center of my lips to give off a little bit more of a sheen, so I used my MAC Amplified Cream Lipstick in the shade Vivaglam from Miley Cyrus and applied that directly to the center, and then last but not least, I just set my face down using my MAC Fix Plus spray. And that is the final look. I hope you guys really did enjoy it. I loved filming this. I thought it was very different, but as I said, I did love how it did come out. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!